Good evening, everyone. I'd like to call to order the regular meeting of the Perry Municipal Authority. It is September 5th, 2017. Roll call, please.
Colner.
Here.
Gilbert. Here. Franklin.
Here.
Marshall.
Here.
Ahern.
Here.
Seabold. Here. Morrell. Stroller. Johnson.
Here. I do declare a quorum. Councilman Ahern, would you give a invocation?
I would be honored to. Father, we come to you tonight with humble and grateful hearts. We thank you for the wonderful blessings that you pour out on us each and every day, for the beautiful weather you've given us today, for the community that you have given us to each live our lives out in, for the freedom to worship you and even to not even worship you for those that choose not to, for the relationships and friendships that we all have with each other. And tonight specifically, Father, we would ask for your guidance, for your discernment, and your blessing in the decisions that we choose to make for the future of this community. More than anything else, may our words and action, may they honor you fully. It is in your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. First item is the consent agenda, which is to receive and approve the minutes of the regular OMAG meeting of August 21st, 2017. Do I have a motion, please?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion second. Roll call, please.
Colner.
Yes.
Gilbert. Yes. Franklin.
Yes.
Marshall.
Yes.
Ahern.
Yes.
Seabold. Yes. Johnson.
Yes. Item 4, comments from those assembled. Anyone wishing to make comments? Thank you. Item 5, proclamations, commendations, reports, and inquiries by the governing body. Council, staff. Seeing none. Any new business? Be brought forward the authority this evening. Seeing none.
Second.
Motion second to adjourn. Roll call, please.
Colner.
Yes.
Gilbert. Yes. Franklin.
Yes.
Marshall.
Yes.
Ahern.
Yes.
Seabold. Yes. Johnson.
Yes, thank you. I now call to order the regular meeting of the City Council of the City of Perry. It is September 5th, 2017. Roll call, please.
Colner.
Here.
Gilbert. Here. Franklin.
Here.
Marshall.
Here.
Ahern.
Here.
Seabold. Here. Morrell. Stroller. Johnson.
Here. I do declare a quorum. Our consent agenda, item 1, is has 4 parts, A, B, and C. Anyone like to pull one of those aside for further discussion, make a motion, or approve it as presented?
Motion to approve. Second.
Motion second. Roll call, please.
Colner.
Yes.
Gilbert. Yes. Franklin.
Yes.
Marshall.
Yes.
Ahern.
Yes.
Seabold. Yes. Johnson.
Yes. Item 4, comments of those assembled concerning the agenda tonight. Any comments? Seeing none. Item 5, proclamation, commendation, reports, and inquiries by the governing body.
Mayor Johnson, I would like to thank the citizens of Perry and the Main Street and Project Perry and the city for its help in the alley in the Arts in the Alley program that we had last Thursday night. It was well attended. I think everybody enjoyed themselves. I think it opened up some eyes to some folks about what we can do with our community, and we hope to have more of those kinds of events in the future. So,
Thank you. I'd like to add on to that to thank Stillwater Mill for their assistance, and they helped us set up the pallets for seating, and then they picked them up today and moved them back to where they came from. So I want to say thank you.
and Ditch Witch for providing the fountains.
There you go. Like they want it.
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody wants it. Thank you, Jim.
You're welcome.
We now go to our city manager report, Mr. Fernandez.
Thank you, Mayor. A few days after we met last time, we noticed a new issue with the 15th Street Bridge. We have contacted the project engineer, who has contacted the contractor who met last Wednesday. So we're waiting the decision from the contractors on what they're going to do. Fix it, not fix it. If they fix it, we'll have more eyes on it this time. If they don't fix it, then the guy that's absent, he'll be having it in his lap here real shortly.
What new issue is it, if I may ask?
The inverted speed bump,
Mm-hmm.
that they supposedly fixed, it's not as deep as it was, but they're still there. If you go either way, north or south, there's a little bump there, a little dip there, I should say. And it's troublesome, and obviously they did not do it right. So we need them to do it right.
I have to agree.
That's it. Wanted some updates on Ivanhoe. The curbs have been backfilled today, and pavement should begin being laid Thursday or Friday of this week. Pavement on Cedar Street Bridge should be any day now. So that project is coming along well. 8th Street concrete should be laid sometime, should be poured rather, sometime this week. And lastly, the city's website is up and running. I'd like to have our residents visit that. I think it's a good view. I think it's a good, I think it's more user-friendly than what we've had in the past. So thanks to Dixie and Tyson for getting it up and running. That's it, Mayor.
Thank you. Any questions? Comment? Okay. Thank you, Larry. Let's go to item 7. Presentation by MKEC, that is Stephen Frank and Sam Harmon on the next phase of street upgrades of planned this fiscal year, direct action as deemed appropriate.
All right, thank you, Mayor. Again, my name is Steve Frank. I'm with MKEC out of Wichita, Kansas. I'm going to talk about street prioritization and some future programs. Hopefully you guys were able to review a little improvements program summary I put together, had a little report, and then had some exhibits in the back. Mainly the purpose of this was to take the streets that were approved on May 1st council meeting and try to assign some costs, some budgeting costs to them, and then try to fill out roughly $1 million a year program for 2 years. I can go into more depth if you have questions, but I'll try to just hit the key points. There's table 1 in there, it's on page 2. And so that lists all of the streets so far that we're looking at to incorporate into the programs. The first 5 were approved during that May 1st council meeting, and then there's 2 at the bottom, East Boundary and Park Lane and Park Drive. I've worked with city staff to come up with these 2 streets as alternates to fill in our program, because as they were, the first 5 will not max out your $1 million a year. So that is something that tonight I would like council's consideration for approval to incorporate that into the programs. And then I can go over here on the upcoming tables on where these would fall into each one of the programs. So table 2 that's on page 3, that's what we were calling program 1, and it would be something that would be designed and built in the 2017-2018 fiscal year. So this year, the pharmacy alley, which is on the top of that list, it was already change ordered into the current work that's done here, so it'll be done this construction season. We've already moved forward on Grove Street. It's been surveyed. It's about 95% designed. We need to coordinate with ODOT because we're wanting to connect a storm sewer pipe to the inlets that are on the east side of that street. Let's see here. So overall goal of this program would be continue to pick up survey as we need it. Last week and the week before, survey was down to pick up survey around 12th and Birch around the retirement community down there. So that'll be the next one that we start designing. I'm hoping that I get that survey file yet this week and I can start digging into that. But the overall goal was that all the streets in table 2 would be completely designed and be ready to bid by the end of the year, and then right after the first of the year we go ahead and put it on the street, advertise it, and get some bids so we could start construction early in the spring when weather let us. So that's table 2 in the 2017-18 fiscal year. If you jump forward to table 3 that's on page 5, that would be for the 2018 and 19 fiscal year. Right now, we already have survey completed on 8th Street. That was done a year ago, so it's just kind of been placed on the back burner on hold. Jackson Street, it will be I think it's the late September, early October is when our surveyors will mobilize for that street, and we'll go ahead and pick up all 6 blocks of that while we're here to pick it up. But we'll only focus, if council agrees to this prioritization, we'll probably only design the first 3 blocks, so we make sure that we get everything to hit that package so it goes out at the first of the year. And then as soon as we get that out for advertising, we can dig into that 2018-19 package and start designing it. So there still is a chance with construction that we could start designing it, have it designed and be ready to bid, so maybe the construction never stops that next summer, that once Jackson starts, if we already have it bid for the next 3 blocks, they could just roll right into it. But that's not factoring in any type of delays. And then any remaining streets, you just finish in the construction season of 2019. So that's a quick rundown of the breakdown and how we prioritize them. You will notice that we went ahead and put East Boundary Street at the tail end of Program 1 and Park Lane and Park Drive on Program 2. I guess East Boundary will depend a little bit on when construction is complete on the bridges that's causing the detours, but I think if it gets finished up by the end of the year, it shouldn't hold up if that one is a street you want to incorporate. I think the only major topic from the report that I wanted to cover was curb and gutters. There was a discussion early on in the report. I think it's actually on page 1 of just the philosophy of dealing with curb and gutters compared to ditches. There's a lot of variety on your streets. There's some that have curb and gutter just in front of a couple houses or around down one side but not the other. So these were just kind of some talking points of how we look at it. Ultimately, it comes down to drainage and what works best. Some of the basics between the two. Ditches give you more capacity, and like Grove Street that we were just designing, you kind of have a bottleneck with the pipes that run to the east. So it didn't really do you any good to try to get the water to the east end of the street faster because it has nowhere to go. So in that case, ditches give you more capacity. Problem with ditches is somebody has to maintain them, whether it's the homeowner or the city doing it, where curb and gutter, more upfront cost, but they are relatively low maintenance. And then depending on grades, sometimes in order for them to function properly, you need storm sewer. But the main thing I wanted to bring up is we wouldn't recommend them solely for aesthetics. There would be a purpose behind installing them.
Questions?
8th Street going north from Fur and then from Grove to Holly. On the west side there is a partial submerged curb in the ditch.
Mm-hmm.
Is that going to be taken care of?
Right. Right now, I think there's 2 options. One is, I think it comes out regardless, but there's 2 options. You can open up the ditch a little bit more, and then you'll probably replacing a couple culverts into some driveways there, or you basically fill in that ditch area and move a curb and gutter out to that edge of the street and run it all south. So those are the 2 options, and as we get into the design of that street, probably look at cost and then functionality and have some discussions with city staff and ultimately arrive at how we want to proceed. But yes, that sunken curb needs to go away.
That's definitely, it appears to me to be definitely a drainage problem.
Right.
And how it connects then on into the storm sewer that's down at the bottom of the hill. Right there just north of the car wash. So that's the nastiest one that I found as far as, it's a little extra effort in that one, from my standpoint, is needed.
The East Boundary project, Council, I intend on talking to ODOT about sharing the cost of East Boundary, since they turned it into a detour. The traffic has probably 10 times what it would have been. Brian Taylor and I had discussions about that before the projects ever started. He didn't make a commitment, but he made assurances that it'd be open for discussion. And when they do that, they usually will help you out in some way. So when we decide what the engineering on that needs to be, then you and I will go talk to Brian and try and get ODOT participation in the cost of those repairs, which I think I can justify. Well, I don't think I can, I know I can, because of the traffic counts. But it's obvious that it's gone well past its endurance with increased traffic. So.
Yeah, it's the north half that seems the worst.
Mhm.
The south half. is
That's
not
where
bad.
that's where the most drainage problems are. is the
Exactly. Yeah, the bottom side of it comes.
So anyway, we'll be contacting the division engineer out here about that street.
Cool.
Do we have a list beyond what we have here, what priorities beyond this we have?
Sam has a list in his review of the streets, and yeah, the priorities keep going. He's got
I
streets
figured
to
we had
full
one
in.
somewhere, but I just,
I mean, he may know from memory if you got a question about a particular one.
no, not at the moment.
But Sam and I forgot who went with him, but anyway, it may have been you guys, started prioritizing the streets and for the scheduling in which fiscal year to get them repaired, replaced, or whatever. I was trying to get a 5-year program going. Let's see how it works. Never-ending beast.
Mhm.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Stephen.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
On this, we just to receive the plan and presentation, permit public input. No? All right. And direct action is deemed. I think the direct action is just carry on. Do we need a motion on this?
There's something he asked specifically he wanted, what was it?
Yeah, it was
Remind me.
for East Boundary and the Park Lane and Park Drive to be incorporated into these two programs.
I think we'll make that motion. Agree to that?
I think so.
Have a motion.
So move.
Second?
Second.
Okay, Dixie?
Calderon,
Yes.
Gilbert. Yes. Franklin.
Yes.
Marshall.
Yes.
Ahern.
Yes.
Seabold. Yes. Johnson.
Yes. Thank you, Council. Move on to item 8. Thank you, Stephen.
Thank you.
Consider approval of payment of invoice in the amount of $19,092.61 to MKEC Engineering for engineering services on Ivanhoe Street and 8th Street rehabilitation.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Pardon me, roll call, please.
Calderon.
Yes.
Gilbert. Yes. Franklin.
Yes.
Marshall.
Yes.
Ahern.
Yes.
Seabold. Yes. Johnson.
Yes. Thank you. Number 9, acknowledge receipt of the permit number WT 0005216079 for the construction of the copper sulfate chemical feed system at the water treatment plant. That's all this is about. We received permit, and I'll let Larry go into detail if he think he needs to, but it's exactly what it is. It's just, we received it.
Well, the copper sulfate is a system that helps control the taste and the odor of our water. And I think it's been doing a good job, but we certainly want to make certain that system has been upgraded and updated so that it continues to work and serve. I think we have great tasting water, really do.
And here lately it has smelled better.
We want it to continue that.
Yes, we do.
Any comments or questions? Move on to item 10.
My computer.
What'd you do to it?
I don't know.
Battery went dead.
Continue on, I'll do it by hand.
Item 10.
He is the old-fashioned way.
I'm glad we don't have the fire chief here tonight for this. He'd be confused.
He does it by hand anyway.
All right. Consider a canvass of bids for citywide sanitary sewer Phase 2 capital improvements. Award bid to the lowest responsible bidder. Authorize mayor to execute public construction contract with the lowest responsible bidder, subject to the approval of bonds and insurance by the city attorney. This is Phase 2. You can see we received bids ranging from 1.7 million to 1.2 million. The low bidder was Urban Contractors. They have been working in the city now for a number of years and doing good work, so my recommendation is approve them as your lowest bidder. Do I have a motion or comments?
What area is this?
Look back here in item 10. We are looking at, where's the map? Oh, we have a map.
I don't know if there's a map in there or not. It covers several sections of town.
I believe
I
there
know.
Here it
are
is.
3 different areas
Yeah.
south of
One them
town.
is up in the, like, the hill on 15th Street, where Jim lives, that area.
Yes.
One of them is in that area. One of them is,
We just talked about this.
yeah, what's the other, I know that's one of them. It's various sections. I know we've had maps in here before.
Highland, the Highland Park area where,
I think there's one in the north part of town
yeah,
too.
and then
Mm-hmm.
in the area behind Brookline Park,
Yeah.
that little
Yeah.
park there, that
Brookwood
sewer line goes up in
Brookwood.
there. It
Brookwood
crosses the creek in there a number of times. We're gonna take the creek crossings out
Right.
and parallel lines there because debris gets caught up on those pipes and
And then
causes
there's one
problems.
other area. I can't think. Seems like it's on the west side of town somewhere. But I can't.
I'm sorry, we'll get you that map and get it out there. Right? I've got the overall project map and phases at home. I didn't think to bring it.
Can we put that on the website?
Yes, yes. Make note, we'll put that on the website.
And I believe these guys are already in town, they're ready to go.
Yes.
They're anxious.
From an old civil engineer's point of view, the way we do sanitary sewer replacement nowadays, I know y'all not gonna believe this, but to me it's exciting to watch because we don't have to get out there with a track hoe and dig up Mother Earth for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of feet, just piling up dirt. If you have an 8-foot trench you're trying to dig and make it safe for workers to get down in, you'll move 4 times the amount of dirt you think you will. And it just piles up in people's backyards, or you have to truck it out and pile it up in a parking lot, then bring it back. So the cost of doing sanitary sewer actually for repair or replacement has gone down from what it was 10 years ago. And this urban contracting has this down to an art of putting these pipes in the ground with the braking tool they have on the front of their hydraulic machine that just pulls that plastic pipe through the old clay pipe and or even cast iron pipes and just cracks them as it goes along, pulling that new pipe in there. And all they have to do is excavate right where they have to make a connection or where they want to repair a manhole. And let me tell you, I had a project where I had a 36-foot manhole. The dirt kept coming. And you know, it's just incredibly dangerous for one thing. And even an 8-foot, which is usually as shallow as you want to go, you really don't want to be anything less than 8 feet. That's dangerous. I had a guy on a water line, 4-foot deep water line at White Eagle, was down in the ditch shoveling for a water line and caved in on top of it in a sandy area and killed him. It was only 4 feet deep. So it's just horrendous what can happen. I've seen guys injured when those trenches slough off, or you might say just landslide the way they would. So this method saves money, it's safer, it's quicker, and it's just not a big mess anymore like there used to be. There's a mess, but it's nothing like it used to be.
And it's a continuous pipe that has no joints.
That's right. It just-
So there's no leakage of sewage into the surrounding.
And there's no seams where it can get in like tree roots do in the clay pipe. I mean, it's just, it's really exciting for me as no sewer designer. I'm sorry, but I love it. I like going out and watching them, man. It's
You love the new
cool.
technology or the sewer design?
Both.
I've heard from residents that Urban has been very accommodating and
Yeah.
worked with them to help them if there's a driveway in the alley or that kind of stuff too. So.
Yeah, I've heard the same thing.
Yeah.
And commend them for that.
They've been a good partner to us in getting this accomplished, so. We recommend to the lowest bidder. Have we done all that? All right. Moving on to 11.
No, we haven't.
We have a
moved
vote.
it.
We have to-
That's what I'm asking. We need a motion to approve.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Colbert.
Yes.
Gilbert.
Yes.
Franklin.
Yes.
Marshall.
Yes.
Ahern.
Yes.
Seabolt. Yes. Johnson.
Yes, thank you for indulging me, council. Number 11, consider reappointment or take action on the following board positions. 1, the following board positions will expire in September 2017 on the Board of Adjustment and require reappointment or take other action for a 3-year term. One of those is Bill Walton. He acts as the engineer on that board. This board has specific duties and specific members that must be on the board. One is for an engineer to be on the board, and we prefer a civil engineer instead of the others. Bill Walton is a civil engineer. He lives here in town. Vicki Byer, you must have an attorney on the board. She is an attorney and serves on this board for us. They are called in when zoning ordinances go against a property owner, they want to make an adjustment. Or we want to make an adjustment to a certain zoning area. And Jim has served on that zoning committee for, at times. These people have a right to ask for these adjustments, and they can be approved. Like if you want a carport and may stick out past the building line. If they decide you can do that, then you can. But it has to go for this board. The next one is the board positions that will expire shown on the Board of Appeals and require reappointment or other action for a 3-year term. The 3 gentlemen you see listed here are contractors. This is where people take an appeal that we may have denied a permit or denied a zoning or denied them an ability to do something. They can take it to this Board of Appeals, and these 3 guys are contractors and will make a recommendation back to the council as to what to do. So, as a matter of fact, I don't think the Board of Appeals has seen him one in the last year or so.
Been a long time.
Long time. But the Board of Adjustments has been activated once or twice since I've been on the council. So I'm asking you to approve these people or take other action.
Do we need to lump them all into one, or do we need to do them separately?
The easiest way is just say approve it. Item 11 as presented. If you want to do them separately, we can, but I really don't see a need.
I'm assuming that someone has talked to each one of these
Yes.
persons and they accept?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, you talked to the 2, right?
I've talked to all of them.
Oh, you talked to all of them?
Yeah.
Perfect. Because I could never get all the wage sheets.
So it's not a draft. They volunteered.
Right, I just didn't want to approve it all and then want them to say, oh, I don't want to do that anymore. Yeah. So, okay. Make a motion to accept the reappointment of all members on item 11.
Second.
Yes.
Colbert.
Yes.
Gilbert.
Yes.
Franklin.
Yes.
Marshall.
Yes.
Ahern.
Yes.
Seabolt. Yes. Johnson.
Yeah. Item 12. Who are the 2?
Let's see, it was, who wasn't here last meeting was, I think, Crystal, was it,
Derek,
was it Derek and Crystal?
I was here.
You were here, okay, it was Derek,
Brad.
Brad.
What?
All right.
That's right, that's what it was.
You two guys were missing.
You two
last
have
Just
a vote.
Discuss
And
participation
now we
in
have two more.
the OMAG recognition program and direct action. This is a participation thing by cities. They provide training. You must attend the training, all board. And you all must.
Yeah, I remember this
I'll
discussion.
approve of that.
Yeah. It's been
And
going on for a
so,
month and a half.
we left it up to you guys. You weren't here, so
Just the
five
two.
of us said, okay, we'll do it if they approve it.
Yeah.
So now it's your turn to vote on that item.
I
Just
believe
give
we
everybody
tabled it.
here at once.
That's maybe we table it to
We
it.
tabled it the first time,
Yeah.
and then it's
This is the
seven.
third time.
This is the
I'm
third
leaving it
time.
up to you, Brad.
Oh, the power.
Well, you voted, yeah.
Yes.
I don't
This
know.
is the one where we could take an online course or something, is that what it was?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that now.
And
Yeah, I'm good. Let's do it.
We got 2 years.
Let's do this.
Do this. Okay, because everybody else already said
Yes, all right,
All
cool.
right.
So it passes.
Just pass.
That's right.
Great stuff, great stuff. And you may receive an award at some point. Not you, the city.
I want to be the first to do it.
Never mind.
I rescind it.
Item 13, consider purchase of a trailer-mounted high-pressure sewer cleaner for sewer equipment, from Sewer Equipment of America, with options as specified pursuant to Oklahoma State Contract Bid Number SW193, amount of $79,026.20. We need one of these. And Larry can explain his plan for the future on this item too, so.
This machine is old. I can't tell you exactly how old it is, but it's in need of repair. And obviously, if we take it someplace, then we're without. And this repair will take a number of weeks and perhaps a month. During that time, we have no machine. What I'd like to do is get this in, have it up and working, and once they're certain that it does work as we think it's going to work, and we have no issues with that particular unit, take the old one, go ahead and have it rehabbed, then we have two. So that's the plan. And this is a state bid, so we don't have to go out for bid.
Do we have an idea of the rehab cost? Is that factored in to the budget?
It's not in the budget right now, I don't believe, but,
Typically, we repair equipment, so depending on how
Right.
expensive it is, we
okay.
No,
should be
yeah,
able to
right.
absorb. some
That's
of
why I
it.
was wondering if we had an idea, an estimate yet on
No, I don't have an idea, no, sir. But I can get that for you,
This is a new machine.
yes, sir.
Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second?
Motion second, roll call.
Colder,
the, yes.
Kilbreth,
Yes.
Franklin,
Yes.
Marshall,
Yes.
Ahern,
Yes.
Seabolt. Yes. Johnson.
Yes. Thank you, council. Any new business to be brought before the council this evening? Any new business? Thank you, none. Item 15, convene an executive session. We have really no real reason to go into executive session this evening. There has not been any new situations or things come up. Larry and I talked about this earlier, and we just determined that we really don't need to do it. There's nothing new to report, no action to be taken. But it's up to you if you want to ask any questions.
Do you need a motion to skip it?
We need a
No,
motion.
we just
Okay, yeah, we just need a motion to adjourn, that's all.
Okay, well, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
You could have said that at the first.
Colder,
Yes.
Gilbert. Yes. Franklin,
Yes.
Marshall,
Yes.
Ahern,
Yes.
Seabolt. Yes. Johnson.
Yes.
I know.